Jamie Dornan and the final decision, divorce to be with Dakota Johnson. Jamie Dornan stood alone by the glass windows of his London penthouse, the city lights twinkling like broken memories. His hand tightened on his whiskey glass, his eyes staring out at the rooftops blurred by the August fog. It had been 3 years since his marriage to Amelia began to crumble. Not because of a lack of love, but because of irreconcilable differences, and partly because of the name that would never leave his mind, Dakota Johnson. The woman, his co-star in the 50 Shades trilogy, had become a gentle obsession, a sweet scar in Jamie's soul. He tried, really tried, to live up to his duties as a husband and father. But every time he looked at Amelia, every time he sat at the family dinner table, he saw Dakota in his mind, that smile, those eyes, her soft, wind-whispering voice. The call from his lawyer broke the silence. "Jamie, I've got the paperwork ready, but she hasn't signed it yet." Thomas, his personal lawyer, sounded wary. Jamie closed his eyes and took a deep breath. "You better hurry. I can't keep going like this. I need to get out of this loop. Are you sure? Once the divorce papers are out, the media won't let it go." "I've had enough, Thomas. I need freedom. I need her." Silence. On the other end of the line, Thomas knew who her was. There was no need to ask. All of Hollywood was talking about it, the glances, the extravagant gestures on set. The behind-the-scenes photos couldn't lie. Flashback. In the spring of 2015, when Jamie and Dakota first met on the set of 50 Shades of Grey, no one expected their relationship to go beyond the film industry. He was a cold, reserved Irish actor. She was an American woman with a unique, mysterious and seductive personality. The two came together like two different musical tones, but when they blended together, they created an unstoppable melody. In every scene, every breath, every touch, the whole crew felt something beyond acting. "Jamie, do you feel anything?" Dakota asked softly during a night shoot in Vancouver. "Yes, and it's driving me crazy," Jamie replied, his eyes fixed on her, but when the lights went out, they returned to real life. Jamie returned to Amelia, his little daughter, and the duties of a married man. Dakota threw herself into new projects, burying herself in her roles to forget the unnameable. The Venice encounter. In 2024, when the two met by chance at the Venice Film Festival, Jamie as a judge, Dakota debuting a new indie film, something emerged stronger than ever. It was no longer the shy look of two co-stars. It was the look of two souls who had endured too long. They only met at a private party, hosted by a French director. Amidst the jazz music and dim candlelight, Dakota walked up to him, wearing a tight black dress, the familiar scent of perfume making Jamie's heart skip a beat. "Are you okay?" No, that answer made Dakota stop. He couldn't keep pretending. He thought he could get through it. But, every day that passed, he found himself running away from his true feelings. "Jamie, I'm getting a divorce. Not because of you, because I need to find myself again." "But if you're still there, if you still feel the same way." She fell silent. They stood so close they could hear each other's heartbeats. "I'm not going anywhere, but I won't wait until you're done," Dakota said, then turned and walked away, leaving Jamie standing there, as confused as the Venice sea breeze. 2 weeks after the Venice party, the rumor mill was abuzz. A source close to us revealed that Jamie Dornan had met Dakota Johnson at a private party and that they were more than just friends. The front pages of American entertainment magazines were filled with shocking headlines. "Jamie Dornan is getting a divorce. Is Dakota Johnson the reason?" Thomas called back late one night. His voice was frantic, mixed with anger and worry. "Jamie, the media is going crazy. I'm warning you, If you don't handle it right, this is going to be a huge scandal. You're a family man with 3 kids, and your image is great. I don't care about image anymore, Thomas. I care about the truth. And the truth is that I'm not being true to myself in this marriage. Amelia is hurt. She doesn't want to sign the papers. Jamie was speechless. He knew this was coming. Amelia was a smart, strong woman, but she was also someone he loved deeply. They had been through the tough years of his career together, from his model-turned-actor days to his global icon days after 50 Shades. But love wasn't enough when a heart had been broken by time and emotional distance. He picked up the phone and dialed Amelia's number. No text, no lie. He wanted to face it. Jamie, her voice rang out, cold. I knew this was going to happen. He said, softly. Silence. Is it because of her, Dakota? No, not because of Dakota. It's because of you and me. We've been apart for so long that we can't bear to admit it. Do you know what you're breaking? I know. And I'm sorry, but you deserve someone who loves you with all his heart and soul. I can't pretend anymore. On the other end of the line, there was only a sigh. Sign the papers. I won't make anything public if you don't want me to. But I beg you, don't keep me around just out of habit. Silent between 2 worlds, Dakota hadn't spoken since their last meeting in Venice. Jamie didn't blame her. He knew their relationship couldn't continue until he'd settled his old life. She didn't want to be the third person, even though the feeling had been there for a long time, in her eyes, in her gestures, in those cold filming nights in Canada, when it was just the 2 of them sharing a blanket and a loneliness. And then, one autumn morning in London, as Jamie was walking out of a lawyer's conference room, his phone rang. Dakota Johnson. The name flashed across the screen like a frozen dream. Jamie, I heard about the divorce. Are you okay? Okay, finally, free. I just wanted to say, if you keep your promise in Venice, I'm here. The lawyers are finalizing everything. I don't want to rush. I just want to do it right. Dakota was silent for a moment, then said, so, when you're ready, find me. She hung up. Jamie stood in the middle of the street, strangers passing by like an uncertain stream of life, but in his heart, everything was clear. The calm after the storm. In February 2025, the divorce was finalized. There was no property dispute, no custody battle. Amelia agreed to keep everything confidential in exchange for Jamie's lifelong respect and support, which he was willing to do without hesitation. He did not speak to the press. No Instagram posts, no lengthy statements. Just a photo, months later, taken by a random paparazzi in Lisbon, where Dakota was filming a European movie. Jamie came to visit her. They sat in a small seaside cafe, undisguised, unafraid. The photo captured the 2 of them smiling at each other, their eyes full of tenderness. Enough for the world to understand. No need for confirmation.